So it's like, neat. All right. Anybody specific questions to start off with before we get back into the practice final? Are there any?
I do. Can you go over number 7 on 4-9? It has to do with like a late night show stunts.
Why did I not open the book? Hold on. 4-9, number 7. Okay, come on. There it is. Oh, 4-9. There's 4-9. Number 7. Holy shit. There we go. All right. Wait, 4-9, number 7?
Yeah.
And you said I had to, this is about the golf ball, right?
It has to do with like it's like late night TV show. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay. So golf ball on a late night TV show. Okay. So listen, T is the seconds after it's released, correct? Right? T is how many seconds after it's released? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So what time, how much time would have passed right before it's thrown? It's not a very deep question. How much time has passed? If T is the number of seconds after it's released, what is the value of T right before it's released? It's not a trick question.
0.
0. So if you throw a 0 into the equation, that will be how high the ball was when it was thrown. So that'll answer number 7. Does that make sense?
So you just plug in 0 for T?
Yep. And that was their hint. How many seconds after it was released is the time when it was
okay.
0 seconds. Yeah.
And for number 8, is that related to number 7, factoring the polynomial? Or is that like a completely different question?
It's only related to number 7 in the fact that it's still describing the motion of this golf ball. It's not directly related to the answer to number 7 in any real way. No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, number 9 is more interesting. Number 7 is finding what happens when T is 0, and number 9 is saying what happens when H is 0, when the output is 0. Right? I love this problem, by the way, because you're going to get a freaky answer on number 9. You're going to get a negative time.
That's definitely good to know.
Yeah, so when you get a negative time on number 9, you're doing fine. You should get 1 negative time and 1 positive time. Have you guys ever watched a rocket launch? Ever watched like the space shuttle?
Yes.
Do you know how they go T-10, T-9 minutes, T-8 minutes?
Yeah.
That is actually negative time. Because it's negative 8 minutes means it will have launched in 8 minutes. So how long has it been since it launched? Negative 8 minutes. Does that make sense? A little bit of sense?
Yep.
I guess so.
Okay. Anyway, so I just in case, I'm sure you guys have heard that T-7 in movies, at least you've heard T-6 and counting and whatever. Anyway, all right. I thought that would be more interesting. Oh well, I thought it was interesting. Anybody else? Any other questions before we jump back into the? All right. Well, it's okay. I did implore you to come with questions, but that's okay. Don't do what I ask. It's fine. Who am I? I'm nobody. All right. So if there are no specific questions, we'll just get back into looking at this practice final. And of course, if anybody has specific questions that come up, let me know.
Yeah, I think I might have a couple, so I'm pulling them up right now. Sorry.
No
But
worries.
continue with the final, and then I'll ask them periodically, I think.
Okay, thank you. Let me see here. Now look at this. Now, first off, I want to apologize that somehow I'm using a city in France as a unit of measurement, but obviously I meant to say pairs. She can sell 300 pairs of earrings per month when she charges. Does this sound familiar at all? When she charges $15 per pair, she can sell 300 pairs per month.
Professor, do you want to show your screen or are you just,
Oh, shit. No,
Okay.
yeah, I was just going to pantomime everything.
okay, just checking.
No, my pantomime efforts need improvement, so I'll do it.
Thank you.
All right, so here we go. So number 6. So last time we finished up through 5. Last time being yesterday. And now we're doing this problem here. So does this make sense that if she decreases the price from 15 to 12, she'll sell more earrings? Yes. And of course, doesn't it make sense then just to keep lowering the price forever because she'll sell more? Or why doesn't that make sense? Because you keep lowering the price, eventually you're going to be what? You keep lowering the price.
You're not going to be getting any revenue out
You're
of
just
it.
throwing at people as they walk
You're
by.
giving it away.
Have some earrings, and you're like, I'm getting rid of so many earrings. You're not making any money. So, and of course, if you increase the price, you're making more money per earrings pair sold, but you're selling less of them. So again, that's why it makes sense. There should be a sweet spot in between those two extremes. There should be a sweet spot. If one spot you don't make any money because you're not taking any money, and the other spot is nobody wants to buy your earrings because they're so damn expensive, there's got to be a sweet spot in the middle where you want to try to get to that you would maximize the money you make. Yes? Yes, no?
Yeah.
I think, was this the bath beads problem? Do you remember? Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So I made mine earrings just because. Now, let me see what you guys think. See how I gave you this information? I'm being very remarkably nice, by the way. X equals 300 pairs of earrings when P equals $15. X equals 375 pairs when P equals $12. Can you create the linear equation for this situation? What did I actually give you up here? Did it give you 4 pieces of information up here? No. What did I actually give you up
You
here?
gave us multiple sets of the same equation, right? Like kind of like P equals like insert $15, and you gave us 2 points on a line.
There you go. I gave you 2 points.
Yeah.
So when X is 300, the output is 15. When X is 375, the output is 12. All right, everybody, this is something you need to be able to do. Make the equation of the line that goes through those 2 points. That'll be the equation for the price versus the number of earrings sold.
So it's X1 minus X2, right? And then Y1 minus Y2.
That would work, but technically it's X. So what are we talking about right now, Tristan? Be more specific because that shows up in 2 different places. How do I find the slope?
That's
y1 y2 minus y1
Y1. Okay, yeah.
over x2 minus x2.
I don't know how big of a deal I made this. The little subscripts, the 2 and the 1, they're bullshit. The only reason they're there is because if you do 12 minus 15, you must go the same direction, 375 minus 300, or else your answer has the wrong sign. So that's the only reason the subscripts are there. So technically, if you wanted to say y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, not a damn thing wrong with that. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I've got to do the difference in the same direction or else my slope ends up with the wrong sign. So let's see if I do 12 minus 15, difference in the y's, because y's rhymes with rise, and the top of the slope is rise. And then, so then I have to do 375 minus 300, so I go in the same direction. Right. Get something very yummy here. What do you get?
-3/75.
Good, -3/75, which is -1/25, which is, just go ahead and divide that. What do you guys get for that?
-0.04.
Good. Now let me stop for a minute. Is everybody understanding what's happening? Could somebody tell me what the units are on that?
That's cents, right?
Well, it would be 4 cents. It's $0.04.
Yeah.
So you could say it either way. What units are the Y's in? What units are these in?
The Ys are in pairs.
Earrings.
Yeah.
Dollar.
Dollar per pair.
Oh, okay.
Dollars per pair. I like it.
And then the X's are in amount of pairs.
Pairs, yeah. So it's kind of like the price of a pair, how much it changes if I want to sell. So if I want to sell one more pair of earrings, I'd have to decrease the price by 4 cents. Does everybody understand? Now, did I ask for that? No. Am I going a little bit extra right now with you? Yeah. Have I done that a lot this semester? Yeah. But does everybody understand what I just said? That's how to interpret what the slope means. Every time I want to sell one more pair of earrings, I need to decrease the price by 4 cents. On average, it's not going to magically happen. Decrease the price and somebody appears. I think I want some earrings. No, but you know, it's kind of an average effect. All right. So we're almost there, right? We got our M. We got our M. M is -0.04. Now I got to figure this. I got to keep going with this equation. Does somebody have a suggestion on how to finish that equation out? We know what the M is. We got that. Check. Do I know what the B is?
Yes, it's one of the
15 or 12.
Oh, it could be either one. So there's multiple equations you can get.
No, we don't know B yet.
B comes from what point specifically?
Why?
The y-intercept.
Yes.
Do I know the y-intercept?
No.
No, I don't. How do I know that I don't know the y-intercept? What would the y-intercept look like? What would the point for any y-intercept anywhere? What would this be?
When the x is 0.
X is 0. Do I have any situation where I know what the output is for 0? Shit. All right. Is everybody with me? You don't just get to pick any y you want to. That wouldn't make any sense because then everybody could have a different equation of the line. There should be one line, right? If I have 2 points, there's only one line that goes through both. You don't get to just pick whatever you want to. Are you guys with me at all? All right, now does anyone remember? I showed you at least one way to do this. Remember this equation? I know it's p's and not y's, but let's just keep going for a minute. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Does that sound familiar?
Semi, but I'm blanking on it.
All right. Well,
know
what's
that.
Go ahead.
I know that's probably not what you want to hear.
No,
but
no,
I'm
that's exactly, now hear me correctly. That's exactly what I want to hear if that's the truth.
yeah.
Right? I mean, I would like it if the truth was, yeah, I remember that completely. but I just want the truth. All right. So, all right, let me see if I could do a quick, does anyone remember this equation decently well or no? Nobody does. Okay, so real quick. Here's the equation of the slope, right? The little subscripts mean a specific point. Does it really matter what 2 points I pick on a line? Would I ever get a different slope if I pick 2 different points?
No.
Not if it's linear.
Exactly. If it's a line, I'm gonna get, so let me say then that I don't care what the first one is. I don't care what this point here is. It could be anything. I'm gonna take the subscript off, so it could be any freaking point. And then if I multiply Jeff, yeah, Jeff, put the right number down there, buddy. There you go. Now, if I multiply both sides by the denominator, so the stupid fraction disappears, don't I get this?
Yes.
All right. See, that's how algebra works. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to have this tone. I'm really sorry. That's how algebra works. We have an idea. We can work with the idea algebraically. We can work with it. We can have it lead to other applications. When you write an equation that's true, you can do a lot with it and discover other things. That's the power of a true equation, right? So this equation is true. How do I know it's true? Well, it's actually by freaking definition. We defined it to be that. Therefore, if I write it in any other formulation that still is true, I can use it. So how the shit does this get used then, Jeff? Huh, Jeff? All right, calm down. What does M mean?
Negative 0.04.
Sure, it means the slope, and the slope is negative 0.04. I like it. And then x1, y1 is just a point. So M is negative 0.04, and somebody please pick either point.
12.
I like it. I'll take that. 375, 12. So now I do y minus 12. Yes, that's the y piece. Y minus the y piece equals negative 0.04 x minus the x piece. Don't worry, I'm going to show you an alternate way to do this in a minute. I'm pretty sure I showed you this way, but I might not have. Right, because I can see the two faces I see, one of them looks like, please tell me there's another way to do this. All right. I see three faces now. Okay, I got more feedback now. All right. One of my faces looks pained, but no questions are happening, so I'm going to keep going. So then I'm going to multiply this through, right? Isn't that gross? Isn't that gross? I don't give a shit. They throw it in this little piece of plastic we call a calculator.
15.
50?
15.
Oh, 15. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't even try to do it in my head. And is that cool, everybody? Because the two negatives will cancel, yes? Is that all right? So it becomes plus 15. And then I just have to add 12, don't I? So I get y equals negative 0.04x plus 27. And now I can actually do this. What should be here instead of y? Just for this problem.
P.
P. Okay, so in case you're shaking your head about that, it doesn't matter what I do in the middle, as long as at the end I put the right variables in. It's all good.
Wait,
Why?
where did 15 come from again?
Oh, in your calculator, do negative 0.04 times negative 375.
Okay. Just
distributing here, right? All right, now I'm gonna erase some of the stuff I've done. Hopefully you're keeping notes. I've used all this room that I need later. So I'm gonna do it a different way in case you're out there like, please tell me there's another way. There is another way. And by the way, I would have gotten the exact same answer if I would have used this point instead. Okay. You don't trust me? Try it. All right. Stay with me. Get out of there. Get out of here. We know you. Get out of here. My God, I need a bigger freaking eraser. You're gonna need a bigger eraser. I don't know why I made a line from Jaws sound like it came from Rocky. Hey, Rocky 7. I'm hunting the Jaws. All right. All right, Jeff is fine. Jeff is perfectly fine.
You got like 2 more days. 2 more days of this, okay?
I've got Rocky starring in Jaws, and I love that idea. I
You'll
want to
get
see
to
it.
you'll get to the end on this.
I want to see it. I want to see that. Open up. All right, sorry. Now here's another way to do this. Here's the equation that I want to get correct. This is what they asked me to get this thing. They asked me. I've covered this with so many circlings. Let me uncover this. So that's the equation they want me to get correct. Yes. And I know what M is, don't I? Negative 0.04. What I really need to figure out is B. Do I know a value for X and a corresponding value for P? Of course I do. I know 2 of them, don't I? So again, this time let's pick this point. It doesn't matter which point you pick. So isn't 15 the price, and isn't 300 the earrings in this point? Are you guys with me? This is kind of awesome. And then what's the only thing I don't know in this equation is B.
Is B, yeah.
All right. So what is negative 0.04 times 300?
-12.
Negative 12.
Negative 12. And then I add 12 and I get B is what?
27.
27.
Which is exactly what we got here. Yeah, no. Right. Isn't that a little better? Isn't that a little better? Isn't that a little better? The problem people have is they circle this shit when no, you're not done. Once you get B, then you put the equation together. Right? B is not the answer. B is a part of the answer, right? So the mistake people make when they do this little quick way here, they sort of circle this and keep going. No, here's your answer. Your answer is the equation. So you still have to put it together. All right, maybe. So why did this problem suck compared to other like find linear equation problems we've done? Because they didn't tell me the y-intercept. They didn't just tell me B. We had to calculate B somehow, either this freaky ass way or this a little more direct way, either way. All right, so I'm going to erase a decent amount of what we've done here and just put the answer up here. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. If you're not, that's just too damn bad. All right, let's see. See if I can remember that answer. Get out of there. Okay. Just go crazy. Ah, shit, I did too much. Oh, it doesn't matter. Go away. Just go away. Go away. Ricola. Come on. I'm erasing all kinds of stuff. Oh my God, I need everything to go away. Please. Okay, all right, Jeebus. So our answer again was negative 0.04. We got that here. X, and we got 27 a couple of different ways. So that is our price and number of earrings to sell relationship. It makes sense. If I want to sell more earrings, I should lower the price. Doesn't that just make sense? Now, in real life, is that the only way to sell more of your product? Is to lower the price?
No.
No. So in real life, the equations that they use are worse than these. They have more variables in them. Can somebody tell me what's another way to try to sell more of your product? What's something else you could do?
More ads online, or
Say again.
just promoting your business more.
Good. Marketing.
would-
Marketing.
Sell things in
Advertisements.
big chunks, like big like bundles.
Oh, all right. Sure. Do the Cox method, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Bundle and keep telling me, ask me if I want a freaking landline. No, I don't. Leave me alone. Wafa, did you?
Make a free samples if possible.
Sure. Free samples. Put this on your ear. Walk around, see how it feels. I like that. Sort of like a shoes. I didn't know this. Do people do that? Put this in your ear. Let me know how it feels. I guess for really heavy ones, you'd want to know. All right. I don't know. I don't wear earrings. Okay, so does that make sense? In the real world, our equations would have more variables in them, but the basic idea behind what we're doing would stay the same. Okay. Holy crap. Let me get rid of this too. Get out of here. Get out of here. So what should you take away from this? You should take nothing about freaking earrings away from this. You need to take away the method we used to get to this answer. And we use two kind of main methods to get it, right? You need to be able to do that no matter what situation I give you. All right. Now, revenue, why does this make sense? X is the number of earrings sold, and P is the price per earring. So how would I figure out how much money I pull in from selling earrings? When I multiply number of earrings I sell by the price per earring, right? Isn't that what we would do? Like, how much money do I make if I sell 300 earrings at $15 a pop? How much money is that?
4,500.
4,500. And how about if I sell 375 earrings at, holy shit, Jeff, it's not $1, $12 a pop.
Same.
4,500.
4,500, neat. That's neat. So somewhere in the middle there is going to be the sweet spot. All right, so we're working up towards that. So my revenue formula, then, it makes sense that it's number of earrings times price per earring. That's how we'd figure out how much money we make by selling these freaking earrings. All right. So X, and what is P? It's not a number, so don't freak out. What is P? Did we figure out what P was?
Pairs of earrings.
No, P is price.
Oh,
Per-
yes, sorry.
But I don't mean the idea. I mean, what is it? What is P equal to?
Minus 0.04
Yes. That's everything we did. Look, right there. We
25,
know what P is.
27.
Now I know. Listen, guys, I know some of you guys are looking at me like, no, we don't know what P is, Jeff. And I'm like, the more you understand what I'm about to say, the more you understand algebra. I know exactly what P is. It's negative 0.04 x plus 27. That's what P is. I know some of you guys are like, well, that means you don't know shit. We're like, no, I know the relationship between P and X, which is a lot. So I know P is negative 0.04 x plus 27. I know that's what it is. So wherever I see P, can't I just put this there instead? Of course I can, because they're equal. Is that? We've done that kind of thing a couple times in this class. So then what can I do here? What can I do here algebraically?
Distribute.
Sure, that's right. Distribute. So I would get negative 0.04 x times x is x squared plus 27 times x. What direction is that? Oh, well, let's see. What shape would that take on if I graphed it?
Down. So
Down
Right.
forever.
yeah, down forever.
I like it. And of course, there would be a sweet spot there. But the reason we can't stop and start finding the vertex right now is because we haven't even brought cost into play. So that's the next part. All right, so you got to let me know if something's not making sense. And if you're concerned about how long this is taking us, remember, I'm talking a lot too. So the actual length of time to do the work is a lot less than to talk about it. All right, now read through part C. Read through part C. This should be easier than A was, but it's got the same desired result. Can anyone see why this is easier than part A was?
Because you don't have to figure out the price per pair, right?
Okay, cool. So where does that go in this equation? The price per pair.
X.
No,
Ooh.
B.
no.
Oh, it's M.
C.
Duh.
I was waiting for somebody to say C also. No, but it's M. Yes, definitely. Come on, guys. Come on. M is a ratio. Slope is a ratio. Cost per pair. So that's going to be M. That's going to be the slope. And do I give you a fixed cost, which means not affected by X, which means the number by itself, which means B? Do I just tell?
530.
Yeah, I tell you what B is directly. Didn't I say up here would have been great if I would have just told you what B was? Well, down here I do. So why does this make sense? The cost is 530. That's probably cost of materials or if I order these from somebody else, the cost to do that, and the cost of advertising, the cost of whatever. You guys with me? That's all my overhead costs. And every time I make another pair of earrings, doesn't it go up by 220? Isn't that slope? Okay, maybe. Oh boy. Now, I've told you I hate business, but we all know at least this much. Profit is related to revenue and cost half. What do I do to figure out how much money I actually can keep?
You minus the cost to create that thing from the overall profit, right? And then you get the amount of money that you get.
Be careful. I don't subtract the cost from the profit to figure out the profit. I subtract the cost from the revenue.
Revenue, yes. Then you get
Revenue is
profit.
money coming in, cost is money going out. So how much money do you get to keep? The difference of those two. I like it. So that's of course going to be the next thing I ask. I even tell you, I'm so nice here. Profit is revenue minus costs. So take a minute. Jeff, you can do better than that. There's a P. There you go. Look at you go. Can you guys fill in what we know? We know the revenue, don't we? Bam. We know the cost, don't we? Bam. Try to figure out the profit function now. Be careful about the subtraction part. This is where people make a very simple mistake. Do you guys see this? You got to be careful when you do this. You got to subtract the whole cost. You got to put it in parentheses. We've talked about that before. 530 should not come out positive, right? Because it's part of your cost. 530 should be subtracting from your profit. So then I end up with profit is negative 0.04x squared. Let's see, plus 24.8x minus 530. Okay. And now part E is easy. Is that all right for me to say? Did you guys get that? Did you guys see how I got that answer here? Okay, I see somebody shaking their head, yes. And why is, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, before we go on to E, could you put it back to C? Okay. All right, thank you.
Sure. So I got revenue minus cost. And then I put my like terms together. So that's the profit function. Why is part E easy? What would I do with 200? I mean,
Wouldn't you just plug 200 in for X?
beautiful. And there's not a damn thing wrong with going back up here and saying, what does X mean again? Oh, number of earrings sold. It's 200 pairs of rings sold. Oh, so X is 200. I mean, so it's nothing wrong with reminding yourself what the hell the variables mean, right? So now I just got to plug in the 200 for X. You gonna try to do in your head, Jeff? Yeah. Sure, sure. Why not? Let's see. Unless somebody can save me for myself. Or you've already given up. I did. I did. 200, 200, 8, 30, so 33, 60, 30. So is it 28, 30? So anyone got the answer yet? I think it's 2830, although I'm fine with being wrong.
I have 2,830.
I have the same thing.
Yay. Go, Jeff. Jeff with his brain working for once. Okay. So they would make a profit of $2,830 if they could sell 200 pairs of earrings. So they want to know, well, first off, I want to know what's the y-intercept. I don't know. I should have made this part E, but oh well, too bad for me.
Negative 530.
Good. Because how do I find a y-intercept? I just make x 0. So what is the x, I'm sorry, what does the y-intercept mean in this case? You should remember what x means and what y means. So when I blah, 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 then I will blah, blah, blah.
530 is your starting amount because that's how much you have to buy in to get the materials, right?
I like
To start producing.
So before we sell any earrings, I've got to shell out this much money to get my business going, right? So basically, most businesses start in a hole unless you have a parent that sets it up for you or something. Right.
I wish.
I know. Right. That's the. Anyway, we won't go into a discussion about capitalism and all that kind of shit. All right. All right. So that's what it means. That's the hole we start in just to start the business before we sell anything. So of course the break-even point would be good to know, but I don't ask you for that. Oh, here we go. So of course, where would the maximum profit occur? Isn't the profit a down parabola? So is there going to be a place where the maximum profit happens? Yes. As a business owner selling earrings, wouldn't you like to know where that maximum profit happens? Wouldn't that be like your main thing to know? Probably.
I think so, yeah.
I think so. So take a minute, figure out the maximum profit. I don't understand what I'm talking about here. Why do I say this twice? I don't know, guys. So the maximum profit and the number of earrings required to sell to make the maximum profit. Does anyone remember what the Vertex formula is? For sure.
Nope.
I like that honesty. So if I have something in the form, do we have something in the form ax squared plus bx plus c? Do we? AX squared, oh shit, look at that. Plus BX, oh shit, plus C, oh
Yeah.
shit. Right. Does somebody remember now with A, B, and C letters, what's the shortcut for the vertex? It's a little tiny thing.
I don't have my notes, but is it negative B over 2A?
Kick ass.
Kick ass.
Look at Guillermo showing off. I don't have any notes, but I know what's this. No, good job, good job. So what is A for our equation?
Negative 0.04 x squared.
Careful, just the coefficient.
Oh,
What is
okay.
B?
24.8.
4.8. Isn't that easy? Just the number in front of x squared is A, the number in front of x is B. Holy shit. And then I just gotta throw them in. Negative 24.8 divided by twice negative 0.04. Oh, that goes in evenly. Let's see, Jeff. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ooh, I see what it is. Anybody? Do you remember you have to be careful about putting this in your calculator?
I got 310.
10?
Yes, that's what I got. Yes. What does that mean?
That's the that's the amount of earrings to get maximum
Good.
profit.
Yeah. Is
You
so
gotta sell this many earrings
we do the multiplication first, right?
on the bottom? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, I would
Typed
make
it.
this negative 0.808 and then put it in my
In the
calculator.
calculator.
If I
Okay.
don't put the whole thing in the calculator, right? I get some weird freaking.
Yeah. So happened to me.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. All right. And then how do I figure out what the profit is? If only I had a function for profit. Damn. If only I had an equation that would tell me what the profit is. If I know what X is, if only. Anybody? Do I have such an equation, such a magic equation?
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Of course I do. We all do. We all made this thing up here. So if I just plug in 310, I will figure out what the highest profit is I can make in my little business venture here. I'm not going to do that in my head. I just don't want to. Are you still going to try? Yeah, hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 2. Oh, that's interesting. So 12.4 times 310. 36. 2. I think it's about. I've lost it. It's all gone. It's all gone. I think it's around 31, 3,200. I don't know.
I got 3314.
All right, I can live with that. This is a difficult one to do in my head. Cool. So if we just, stopped at $200, I mean, 200 earrings, we would have made 28.30, but we can boost that by almost $500 if I just sell 110 more earrings. Just 110 more earrings. All right, guess what? We're not even done with this problem yet. Oh my God. This problem just won't die. All right, use the price equation from part A. Because didn't we figure out how many earrings we want to sell? Wouldn't it make smart to go back then and figure out what the price point is? In order to sell 310 earrings, what should we make the price of each pair of earrings? Well, if we go back up, don't we have a price formula here? For any number of earrings? And now I know that 310 is the magic one I want. So if we put into the price function 310, we will know what the magic price point is. Has anyone ever heard the words price point? All right, that's about the extent of my business knowledge. That means exactly what I'm talking about. What point, what's the price you want to set it at to maximize something, in this case, profit? 4.4, I think it's 14.6, 1460.
That's what I got.
1.6, yes.
$14.60. Man, that seems pricey. Is that? I don't know. Maybe some really nice earrings. I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of gems we put in there. That doesn't look right. Let me make that look more like a 14. So that's the magic price point that should maximize my profit. Might there be other variables? Yes. If I'm just a little poor businessman and I just know this much math, is this probably going to be good enough to get pretty close? Yes. Okay, so obviously this problem's got so much in it. So you know I love this kind of problem. It's got so much in it. And then you got these guys. These guys, the you know it or you don't guys. So try those real quick. You know it or you don't. You see, I'm kind of surprised. Did I not put? Yeah, I guess I did. That's weird, Jeff. All right. Somebody got this first one done? Before you tell me, you need two numbers that do what?
6 and 4.
6 and 4.
Yep. So two numbers that that add to be 10, right? And multiply to be 24, which would be 6 and 4.
Good, thank you. I appreciate the answer, but you know, all right, anyway, that's fine. That's fine. Do you see how part B, if you look real quick, it looks like the same problem, but there's some negatives thrown in there, so you got to be a little careful. Don't say anything if you know the answer yet. Don't say it. Because now you need two numbers that add to -10. So one, and they multiply to -24. So one of them has to be negative, one of them has to be positive. Okay, who thinks they have the answer?
Me. +2 minus 12.
Good, +2 minus 12. They add to be -10, and they multiply to be -24. Check, check. All right, and then we got this monster here. Don't say anything. I have given you a couple times, I've said something about if the middle thing is 1. It's a bit of a shortcut sort of way to think. You need two numbers that add to 1 and they multiply negative 1/10. So you need two numbers that are basically 1 apart from each other, like 7 and 8. But those don't multiply be 1/10. So who's got the answer? Something.
11 and negative 10.
Good. So negative 10, positive 11. They add to be negative. I'm sorry. They add to be 1 and they multiply to be negative 110. Do you see how they're 1 apart? And that's why they add to be 1? Because one's negative, one's positive. All right. So I'm almost certain that somebody out there is like, well, this is not going to be too many answers. So I don't know how to factor and I'll still pass. And I got a little tear coming. Please learn how to factor.
Excuse me, Professor. I said
Yes.
then find the zeros.
Yes, so now find the zeros. I love it. So let's go back. What two numbers would I plug in for X to figure out what makes the whole thing 0? How would I make the answer 0 for an input of what X is makes the output 0?
-4 -6.
Exactly. -4 makes this 0 times I don't care is 0. -6 makes this 0 times I don't care is 0. 0 times anything is 0. So you guys see the shortcut? What are the two options for M here to make it 0?
-2, +12.
Good. -2 is the opposite of 2, and 12 is the opposite of -12. So of course, when I plug them in, they're going to make zeros. And yeah, I did just say pug. When I plug them in, I have no idea what I meant by that. And finally, this should be pretty quick now. I thought it would be quick.
+10, -11.
Yep. There you go. So those are the values that would make that become 0. Here, let's try it out. If I start here, x squared plus 10x plus 24. If I pick either one of these, let's put -6. -6 squared plus 10 times -6 plus 24. Let's see, that'll be 36 minus 60 plus 24. That's -24 plus 24 is 0. So there you go. That's the beauty of factoring. I can find what makes it 0 quicker. And why is that a good thing to know how to do? Because intercepts mean something. It could mean when the rocket is going to hit the ground. I want to know that, right? I want to know where and when that rocket's going to hit the ground. So maybe I could do something about it, right? At least move people out of the way. So finding intercepts are very important because they are key places on the graph where something interesting happens. Okay. Oh my God. We did it. There's no more of it. That's done. That's the last of it. And for some reason, I will tell you this. I have no idea why I didn't put a problem on here like this, but you better believe there will be problems using this bad boy. We've done this a lot. Maybe that's why I didn't put it on here, because I'm like, my God, we've done that a lot.
Professor,
Yes.
this might be the dumbest question you got in all class, but will we be able to have any sort of sheet with the formulas, or is that a no-go? Do I just need to remember all the formulas for Tuesday?
Anything that I believe you will need that you're not required to memorize, I will give you. So for example, like the conversion stuff, every formula we've used, you've needed to remember.
Yeah, just checking.
But you can ask if somebody has a suggestion on a formula that you think I should provide to you, let me know.
All right. just because like last chapter I was trying to remember some formulas and I was having some trouble, but that's my thing to study this week, I guess.
Okay. Well, again, you can just let me know what that might be. Now, for example, we've done some problems in the past where we had to do the volume of a cone. Remember, or volume of a cylinder? Remember those problems?
Yeah.
So if I asked you a question about those, I would give you those formulas, right? Because it require you to memorize those. Yeah. But a formula like this, we've used it so much. I hope that people remember it. Okay. Can you believe it? We did it. We did it, guys. So now it's why it's now it just depends on, does anyone have any specific questions? Does everybody understand how the final is going to work? Was everybody here yesterday?
I
Let me
was
show
not
you.
here. I was at work yesterday.
Understood. Let me show everybody this again and for the first time. I will. So our final is kind of nice. You got less time to forget everything because it's one of the first finals. It's on Tuesday. Am I in the right class? Yes, thank God. Tuesday, 9:25 to 11:25. But my office hours on Tuesday start at 8. Do you see this? So I will update this module with the link for the meeting that's happening. Next week is finals. There's no normal classes next week. They're all special final exam times. That should happen close to your normal class time, right? So the nice thing is if you just show up on time for normal class, you're early for the final. And that's what you want to do. You want to log in early to make sure that everything seems stable. Because about 10 minutes after the final starts, I'm going to lock the meeting. Because if you're that late, I don't know if you've already gotten a head start in the final and who knows what you've been doing. So if you have a lot of technical troubles, just email me. I will work with you. I'm giving other finals that week. So you might be able to take a makeup final during one of my other finals. Does that make sense? So we can work with that. I can work with that, right? I'm not going to just give you a 0. You know, I don't care about your problems. Man, no. I always want somebody to clip me on that. Look at this asshole teacher. I don't care about your problem. Anything else about the final and how it's going to work? Any other questions?
I have a question about the extra credit for 2.7. I was wondering how to find that since it's not on the homework timeline.
Oh, just do all the probs. So 2.7. I don't have the homework listed on the.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Has anybody noticed the magic formula for which problems I assigned from the homework?
No.
Really? All right. So here it is. You ready? I assigned all of the problems. So have I ever skipped any problems in the homework?
No.
Nope.
I could have just said page 15, page 31, just all of it. So yeah, if you want to do 2.7, which is extra credit, you just do all the problems in section 2.7.
Okay, thank you.
The applications, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're right. I forgot that I did that. I should have put to be more specific, I should have put that in there with it, but anything else, guys?
Yeah, how much is the extra credit cost for our grade?
Oh, how much is it worth? So for example, if there's an assignment you just never even turned in and you do an extra credit assignment, it will count in place of that missing assignment.
Okay,
If you
so
turned in every assignment and you have like 100 homework average, now you're going to have a higher than 100 homework average if you turn in extra credit. Yeah. So it just directly adds into your homework. So it kind of makes up for missing stuff, or it adds on top and it gives you over 100 homework average. And then I calculated that in and you get crazy. Super Saiyan homework. All right. Anything?
Professor, I resubmit my midterm last night. Is gonna be affected or not?
I don't. So if you're asking if I'm going to look at it,
Yes,
yes, I will. Hopefully
Okay.
you understand why I haven't yet. If you just
I'm
turned it.
so worried about that. Thank you.
So this weekend, I will catch up with any recent quiz or midterm corrections that have been turned in and update the grades, right? So then you'll go into the final with a very decent idea of what your target grade is for your desired result.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
I'll-
I just want to see if anybody thought it first. I've got nothing, guys. It's up to you. If there's more questions, ask. If there's no more questions, you can head out.
Is Monday the last day we can turn in like anything like late assignments, corrections?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah.
What
I
time
think I
Tuesday?
may- Huh?
What time Tuesday before the exam?
Yeah, before the final.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The although that is the last day to turn stuff in, will it? Don't you have to close grades out by a certain time?
Yep.
What time is that?
I don't care. I always do them immediately, so I don't even give a shit. Some of my colleagues are like, "Oh my god, it's." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Just get them graded so you can start your summer quick." What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So, I have no idea when it's due because I always turn them in way before it's due. So if you're worried about if I'm going to have time to look at it, I want to remind you guys, I'm only going to look at this stuff in case somebody's close to passing and didn't quite pass, and maybe some of the other stuff you did might push you over the edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor.
You're welcome.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Enjoy your 3-day weekend.
Oh God, yeah, I will. Well, most of it's gonna be grading, so okay.
All right, bye. Thank you.
See you.
Thank you again, Professor.
Certainly. All right, I'm headed out. I don't see any questions.